It may look like just a simple thermostat, but ecobee is kind of a legend in the smart thermostat market because this is a lot more than just a thermostat. Video screen, speaker, security system, and air quality monitor, anyone? It was 2008, the original iPhone was just over a year old, and ecobee announced its very first smart thermostat to huge fanfare. Like the iPhone, ecobee products have been trendsetters, and more recently their newer thermostat products rank among the best, but I've never had the chance to review one until now. In this hands-on review here in my home, I'll try out the ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium, which boasts a truckload of features and unexpected upgrades. I'll show you what it's like to install and set up and go over each of the special features it has that some believe makes it superior to Google Nest. Does this strong contender justify the price tag? I'll wrap things up with the pros and the cons and let you know if I think I can recommend this high-end smart thermostat for you. The ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium is ecobee's flagship thermostat. With all those extras I mentioned, like the video screen, speaker, mic, and air quality monitor, plus the security chops, it really does a lot more than average. It uses the ecobee app, and it can integrate with almost all of the digital assistants out there, and you can grant up to 15 people or family members access. Using one is supposed to help you save wasted energy and thus save money, but to be perfectly frank, this one doesn't do a significantly better job in saving heating and cooling costs compared to ecobee's less expensive models. ecobee's own comparison page estimates about a 3% increase in annual energy savings compared to the cheaper ecobee 3 Lite. So what you're really paying for here is the extensive additional feature set. There is a lot to talk about here, so let's get this box open and get at it. Unboxing the ecobee Thermostat Premium, you get the unit itself, and underneath is all the accessories you're going to need for wall mounting, including the back plate, some screws, a power extension kit if you need it, and a trim plate. Every ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium comes bundled with a smart sensor, which is a small wireless sensor which monitors not just temperature for other areas of the home, but it can check for movement too if you opt into ecobee's additional security features. I placed my smart sensor in the basement of our home since there's often quite a temperature difference from the lower to the upper floors. You can actually choose whether or not ecobee will adjust your heating or air conditioning based on the temperature registered at the thermostat itself or on the smart sensor. You can also purchase additional sensors here for each room if you want to. One of the ecobee features that can work in tandem with the smart sensor is what's called the Follow Me function, which helps the thermostat calculate the best temperature for your house according to your comfort settings and taking into account how long you spend in different areas of the home or in each room. Let's talk installation. Now, depending on your particular situation, you can probably mount the ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium to your wall in less than an hour. I've installed probably a dozen different smart thermostats, and I can say that while it seems intimidating, it's actually pretty straightforward. I had this one installed and set up in less than an hour. ecobee's app is going to walk you through it in detail, complete with instructions, diagrams, and a whole bunch of scenarios for you, depending on your particular heating and cooling system. In a nutshell, you're just going to remove your old thermostat, and you'll want to take note first of the location of your old furnace wires. Taking a photo helps. You'll replace the back plate first and then transfer the location of the old wires into the new ecobee. Your furnace wires are probably going to be labeled, and if they're not, ecobee does include new labels so you can keep things straight. Once everything is connected, you'll attach the faceplate and let it power up. Then follow the instructions in the ecobee app to get the thermostat connected to your phone. Now, if you really don't want to DIY, a pro can probably have this in under an hour. Spending more than $200 on a smart thermostat may seem like a lot. Let's see what you're getting for your money. ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium's approach to reducing energy costs lies in the Eco Plus experience, which is essentially a collection of features that dynamically and automatically adjust the temperature based on certain conditions. Now, ecobee recommends you leave this feature enabled to maximize your savings, and I opted to do just that for the time being so I could experience the features. One cool component of Eco Plus is the ability to adjust temperature based on humidity. The smart thermostat feature also has a built-in occupancy sensor that can adjust when you leave home and restore your favorites when you return. The occupancy sensor can also detect patterns of your presence over the last 5 weeks and generate a daily home and away schedule for you. The sensor continuously monitors for pattern changes, and it can recommend a new schedule accordingly. Of course, you can also customize the schedule to your own personal liking too. The ecobee also appears to choose preset thermostat temperatures or comfort settings for you, which I would say are a bit outside what most people's comfort zones would be. And by that I mean the default temperature for kicking on the air conditioner was auto set to 28 Celsius, which is 82 Fahrenheit, and that's a bit on the warm side. Heating wasn't set to come on until it dropped to about 18 Celsius or 64 Fahrenheit, which is pretty cool. I did revise those to something a little bit more palatable for this household. One of the strengths of ecobee is its ability to integrate with Apple's ecosystem, including the Apple Watch and Apple HomeKit. Pairing with HomeKit isn't so easy. If you go into the ecobee app and you choose HomeKit integration, it looks like you should just be able to add it, but it will demand you generate a QR code somehow to scan without telling you in the app how to actually do that. To generate the code, you'll need to go to the ecobee unit on the wall and open the settings, and you may have to go deeper into the menus before you see the option for HomeKit pairing. Now, this should generate a setup code for you, which you can then scan with the app. With that code scanned, it took me through a few more setup steps, and I was connected to HomeKit in under a minute. I opted to set it up with Amazon Alexa, and that pairing process was similarly fast and easy. Whichever digital assistant you choose, you'll be able to ask what the temperature is or ask for it to be adjusted among a handful of other commands. You can also, of course, interact directly on the thermostat's 4-inch display. Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 12 degrees Celsius. Enjoy your weekend.
The display is larger than older ecobee models, and it's readable from a distance. Ecobee also improved the user interface with more accessible menus and a refined layout. I actually really like the way this looks. It's super simple and clutter-free, yet it houses all the options you might need for on-device controls, including acting as a display screen for your ecobee doorbell. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see it right here with all the TV lights on, but an unexpected yet welcome feature of the ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium is how it can act as a remote view screen whenever your ecobee Smart Doorbell camera detects activity or a doorbell ring. Having this 4-inch screen on the thermostat really has its benefits. Now, this may only be useful if your thermostat is positioned in a convenient location for you to go and take a look, but props to ecobee for being creative. The truth is, a 4-inch display screen is pretty tiny, but at least it'll give you some clue about what's going on your doorstep. While you can let ecobee do its own thing and automate a lot of settings for you, you can also set your own heating and cooling schedule and choose the default temperatures that work for you. You can make changes in the settings menu by looking for comfort settings, then change at what temperature your thermostat is going to begin heating and trigger cooling, and even which days of the week and when each of these actions is going to trigger. Everything's actually really intuitive and easy to understand inside the app. So what else can ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium do? A lot, actually. It has both a speaker and a microphone built in, making this a small smart hub. The speaker is tiny and it pales in comparison with dedicated smart speakers, but it's a cool thing to use for podcasts or down-tempo music. You can also enable AirPlay using the ecobee app, so you can stream other sources from your Apple device. With support for Amazon Alexa, the ecobee thermostat can masquerade as a small Echo device too, with support for all those Alexa skills. Ask it to play music or set a timer or alarm, and even use Amazon's drop-in feature, which is kind of like an intercom. The idea of having access to a wall-mounted Alexa in your hallway is actually pretty cool, and you can, of course, enable Siri on the ecobee as well. Your ecobee will also monitor the air quality in your home. It has a special sensor that can estimate carbon dioxide levels and volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, near the thermostat. Ecobee shows you your indoor air quality rating on the screen itself, and it'll show you in the app too. You can tap on it to get more detail. Another feature of this thermostat is that it has home security properties. The ecobee Thermostat Premium can also use its occupancy sensor to function as kind of a rudimentary security alarm. By changing the smart security alarm's mode to armed and away, your thermostat is going to monitor for unexpected movements around the thermostat or the room sensor. Well, you do get access to a trial for home security for 30 days after your purchase. After that, it does come with a cost. The security subscription adds extras including a siren, smoke alarm detection, and integration with smart door or window sensors. Although ecobee really crammed in everything including the kitchen sink into this smart thermostat, my hands-on experience has shown the ecobee Thermostat Premium is truly worthy of the premium title with its large screen, its great looks, and its very intuitive interface. Let's round up the pros and the cons. On the pro side, the setup is easy and the installation isn't hard. The thermostat looks premium and I like the simplified touchscreen display. It's easy to operate both on the device, and the ecobee app boasts a lot more features too. And you can also easily schedule your thermostat to adjust temperatures and set what your baseline temperatures are for both heating and cooling. It integrates with all the major smart home assistants, and you can use them for voice control too and add multiple family members to your home for additional control. I also love that with the premium version, I get the room sensor too. The ability to view the ecobee doorbell on the thermostat is futuristically cool and so smart, and added security and motion sensing features in the thermostat are a nice little extra. Plus, ecobee seems to have a great track record in supporting its products. On the con side, I'm legitimately having a hard time trying to find something that I don't like about this thermostat. ecobee has by far been one of the easiest thermostats I've ever set up, programmed, and used. I suppose the biggest thing I could crack on would be the attempt to get you into a paid subscription, which would lasso you into ecobee's larger smart home subscription circle. At the price of this single device alone, I'd like to see them just drop the subscription price altogether, or maybe include a year or two of service with your purchase. In short, I think the ecobee Thermostat Premium is a dynamite addition to your smart home. You not only get everything you expect, but a whole lot more too for the price. ecobee Smart Thermostat Premium sells for about $249 US or $329 Canadian, and you can get it from ecobee, Amazon, or any number of electronics retailers. And if you want to see what the competition is up to, you can check out my review of Google Nest and Amazon Smart Thermostats right now.